Hello, and welcome back to Two Bald Dads. It's Two Bald Dads time. You're back with myself, Chris, and I'm joined, as always, by the fabulous, the moustache man, the young Tom Selleck-looking son of a gun, Matt. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me again. I mean, it must be Thursday morning. It must be.
Surely.
Somewhere in the world.
It's Thursday
Somewhere
morning.
in the world, someone's rolled out of bed at 5 a.m. as they do, and they've said, the only way I start my day on a Thursday is with a bit of Two Bald Dads.
Two Bald Dads.
And we say, good morning.
Guten Morgen to you. You know?
Yes, we have tracked it, and that person is German.
Yeah.
That wakes up right early. But I guess for them, it's sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah, but no, good morning.
I'm not
to
good
you.
with time zones.
Good evening, whatever time you're listening to us. But guys, you're hearing the soft, sultry tones of our voice, ready for another episode.
The dulcet tones over your cornflakes.
Yeah, that's it, guys. But we've got a big show again, Matt, like we always do.
Yeah, I don't think we've got any small shows. There's no small shows, Chris, just small people.
That's
small-minded people.
Small people with small hands.
Yeah, and they're untrustworthy.
Very untrustworthy. But look, Matt, we've promised some things and we've got some stuff. We've talked about the pipeline. We talk about the pipeline time and time again.
We're jamming a lot of stuff in our pipelines.
We're jamming a bit in there. And
it's amazing how much you can fit in your pipeline if you really...
That's it. But I think you should stay tuned. I mean, this episode's going to be pretty big.
I'd say definitely stay tuned.
Once these things get pushed through the pipeline and we get approved to do these things, I imagine they'll be equally as big.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're just waiting to hear from corporate to see if we have approval.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, also, we've been struck down by our own pandemic.
Yeah.
That has been circulating and percolating. Which has made it almost impossible for us to do anything.
Are you talking about our sicknesses, our children's
sicknesses?
Yeah. So between myself, my wife, Matt and my Amber, and our respective children, we have not had one of us, or all six of us, healthy for 6 weeks or something like that?
It's been a frustratingly long time.
But
hey, look, vaccine's just around the corner.
That's it.
We're pulling out of it. We are pulling out of it.
I don't know if I want to get the vaccine, Matt, because of all the 5G they're putting in it.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, exactly.
I mean, hey, I'm no microbiologist, but...
What? No, but you're right. I mean, I don't want that either. Yeah. I don't want the 5Gs. I'm fine with my 4Gs that I get through 100%. My flu shot.
And I don't want to risk getting
any more Gs.
Speeds,
more Gs, yeah.
I'm no geologist, Matt, but I don't know. I don't think that's good for me, and I don't trust it.
It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. No. So, I mean, putting out that the Two Bald Dads are firmly in the
anti-vaxxers, yeah. But Matt, let's rip right into it because we've got a bit to cover here.
We do have a bit to cover. It is a weird situation. Usually, Chris, not only do I feel uncomfortable sitting here, I think the listeners can hear how uncomfortable I feel, but this has been one of those times where the stars align, and I think you feel as equally as uncomfortable as I do, because usually I'm sitting on a bit of a rant. I'm a bit cranky.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting a bit like that, but I think... and yes, I do have a rant this week.
Okay.
But I know you have a rant as well.
I do.
So it will be a rant-heavy episode. I know you've been champing at the bit to get this rant out there. I know the feeling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go first.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. You
No, you can go first.
No,
That's
I want you to go first. But I know you've been toey as a Roman sandal to get this out.
Yeah. Thank you. What a lovely expression. But yes, I have. I've got a bone to pick, Matt. I've got a bone to pick. Now, we're living in a world where the future is here, Matt.
The future is now.
People have been talking about the future is coming. Well, it's bloody here, okay?
Exactly.
But are we abusing it? Are we abusing the future that's been handed down to us? You know, we're standing on the shoulders of giants and we're pissing down on them.
As Jeff Goldblum famously said, just because you can, they never stop to think if they should.
Exactly. Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt, as I personally have always said, life will find a way.
Okay.
Yeah, that is.
All right.
But I've got a bone to pick. I drive home.
Yep.
I drive to work, but I also drive home from work.
You're home away
and I
from
drive
home.
through what is Sydney's premier tunnel. Now I'm calling it that. It cost a bomb, but it's one of the greatest tunnels Sydney has ever provided its people.
Now, let me just quickly jump in here. Chris and I have done everything we can to hold back from just making
Traffic
this
rants.
a 30-minute traffic podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the things that we connect on more than anything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now I'm out of the traffic,
Yeah.
but you're still in it, and I love sympathising with you. I like making fun of you about it. So listeners, just be aware. This could be the show every week.
Well, a lot of people don't know that this is essentially how we got started, mate.
Yeah.
Every afternoon, about 4:30, we would contact each other. We'd both sit in hideous amounts of traffic.
Pointless traffic.
Classic Sydney traffic. Like, we would travel 15, 20 kilometres would be my commute, and it could take me anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
it's just these, I don't know what I'm going to get. It's just classic.
For a bit of context, I changed jobs. Now my job is double the distance from my last job.
Yeah.
And because I'm going against the traffic, it actually is quicker to get double the distance.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous. But look, Sydney classically reactive in terms of they're like, oh my God, we've got too
definitely
many
not
cars.
forward-planning.
Let's try and widen the roads. Let's make tunnels now. So anyway, I travel through this tremendous tunnel. It's an expensive tunnel to use, but so not heaps of people use it. So that's why it's great. I actually put the cruise control on the way home. When was the last time you ever put the? I mean, obviously you do it because I put the cruise control on and drive through this tunnel. However, I saw it today and it bugged me to no end. And I realised that it isn't the first time I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again. But I saw a gentleman with an iPad watching a movie on his drive home.
It's wild. That is wild. I mean, even like I still see people like hand making calls with their phones, and I'm like, are you insane? Sure, it's unsafe, but that's like a ridiculous fine.
It's like a $400 or $500 fine.
This is taking it to the next level.
It's full.
Where was his iPad being held?
He had it like mounted next to his steering wheel, like to the left of him. And then above that panel is like his regular like console thing for his car, right? This guy's watching. I pulled up sort of next to him as we were going along, very similar speeds, and I look over. I'm like, this guy's feeding, and you can tell when someone's watching, like or texting or something like that,
100%
because you keep seeing their head go down. Their head keeps going down, right? And it's even worse in traffic because they're sat at a set of lights and their head's down their lap.
And then you miss the lights.
You miss the lights and you're like, mate, like, it can wait, mate. You know, that's what I always say.
Get your hand off it.
Yeah, get your hand
is what
off.
I always say.
But I'm like, look, I mean, sure, we've all got important stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch a movie while I was going to work.
But like, that's it. I said to you in the car, I'm like, maybe this guy forgot that he was driving.
He thought he was on a train.
He's like, I'm going to watch my film here because I like. How important can this movie really be?
Yeah, that you can't wait till you get home.
Because I'm blowing up deluxe. I'm like, if old mate swerves off here,
I know
he swerves off here and hits me because he has to watch Jurassic Park or some shit. Great film.
I mean, if it was
film.
Jurassic Park, you would understand it.
I'm so sorry to Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's a hit. But I've never wanted to watch Jurassic Park so much that I'm like, I'm going to watch it while I'm driving.
Yeah, no way. What you need to do is you should have followed him and should have seen that if when he drove under the toll, if he pulled out his Opal card, and then he really would have thought he was on the train. That's probably understandable. But I have a feeling he didn't think he was on the train and he was just being a complete fuckwit.
But the worst part
you can't be doing that.
The worst part is people generally are shit drivers.
Yeah.
They are naturally just shit drivers. And then you throw a movie on.
Yeah. And if it's got an interesting plot, maybe a subplot. Maybe some deep characters. I mean, you're not going to be watching where you're going.
Mate, and I'm like...
You're not going to be zip-zopping in and out of traffic like you should be.
That's it. And I'm thinking, I care more about that now because I'm a parent. I'm a concerned parent.
I was going to say, this smacks of you becoming a parent.
Yeah, prior to parenthood, I was pretty chilled about it. I was like, what movie you got on there, champ? That's mad.
Yeah, pull up next to him. Hey, give us a look, mate.
Yeah. But I'm like... how I just
And you're thinking, that's somebody's son.
yeah. No, I wasn't, and frankly, I didn't care. But I was like,
well, it is.
I
Chris.
was like, I don't know. I don't know why it annoys me so much.
I'm fully on board with this because there is nothing that could warrant watching that could be that interesting watching that. In saying that, now I have been pulled over and fined for using my telephone whilst driving. One time, haven't done it since. I was in bumper to bumper traffic on my way to work, and I was vanity searching our old band on YouTube trying to find it, and then a cop pulled up next to me and on a bike looked into my car, and I was like, well, it is hard to argue there, right? So, and it was about 1 kilometre to the next area I could pull off, and I asked him, should I pull over? He said, the next street. He put his flashed his lights the whole way.
Yeah, good.
But this is peak hour traffic, so it took about 15 minutes.
Oh, look, I understand.
So look, as someone on the other side, I say, don't do it.
Yeah, look, if you're blasting out a tweet, damn this traffic, lol. Yeah,
if it's traffic related.
I mean, sure, whatever, but not even. You can blast that tweet out when you get home.
But I think the tunnel is one of the main culprits of the mobile phone. Catching technology, because I'm on a Facebook group that alerts you of where they are.
There is one in there. But
so it gets people holding their wallet, right, and thinks it's their phone, but it can't pick up this numpty with his
watching an iPad.
All dogs go to heaven on his iPad.
Oh man,
that's huge. It's your dad rant of the week, Chris, and I love it.
That is my dad rant.
I feel it's like let the hate flow. Because you're typically a pretty positive guy.
I am. I'm super positive. I'm super chilled out by most things, but it's just something about shit drivers.
Yeah. Because we have to do it because you know what it does, Chris? It stops us from getting home to our families.
You know what? A great thing I thought of. You watch these people doing funny videos, like the inspired unemployed guys. They're super funny, love their work.
Big fans of ours.
I mean, we're mutually fans of each other.
Exactly,
obviously, I imagine.
Real recognises real, or as I say, steel sharpens steel.
That's it. Yeah, sure, man. That's exactly right. But I thought about doing a video. And we wouldn't do it because we're terrible actors or video people. But where someone trains a shit driver. I would love to sit in a car with one of those real bad drivers teaching their kid how to drive.
Okay.
Like a 16-year-old kid, and they're you're going up to a merge and you zipper, mate. You're one at a time. You zipper in. I imagine that dad sitting next to that kid going, "Pull up, go further, go further."
Yeah.
Don't let this guy. Don't let him in.
Don't let him in.
Oh, well done, son.
No, what you want to do is push him right to the edge and then slam on the brakes and then make him feel like the asshole.
That's it.
Or they're no, what you want to do, this scene isn't very good. Skip through this scene as you're entering the roundabout.
Yeah. What you should do, son, is change lanes without indicating.
Yeah.
And then go around this car and then put your brakes on to really let them know they're going slow.
But Dad, isn't indicating just a common courtesy? Yes, that's why we don't do it.
That's why we don't do it, son, because we're dicks. All right? And if you want to be a dick like me, then you need to follow my strict rules.
Dad, I don't want to be like you. Well, Chris, look, mate, I love it. I love hearing it, and I love hearing you a little bit fired up. It's
I am fired up, but thanks for listening.
It's not the first time I've been aroused in this room, and I'm it's safe to say that it won't be the last.
Yeah. What do you got for me, man? Have you got a little ranty poo?
Look, I don't know how I'm going to top that. Mm-hmm. I don't want this show to try. I don't want this show to just turn into us airing our grievances with the public. But
here we go.
That, look, currently we're between houses, so we're living in an apartment, which has been happening for the last 5 years or so.
You're between estates.
Yeah. But so living in an apartment. Now, you live in a townhouse sort of complex, so you might get a little bit of this, but not as much. We're legitimately living on top of each other, and we all share a common bin, right?
Yep.
Now, I am the planet's warrior. I am a militant recycler.
Big time.
but not everyone shares my passion in our building, and it annoys me to no end. Anyway, that's not my rant. That's another rant.
Okay.
My rant is...
Tune in for Matt's recycling rant.
Exactly. I was going down the stairs to put my rubbish in the bin and my recycling in the recycling bin, and as I come back up, I saw that someone had carelessly left a wrapper on the stairs, right? Now, that's fine, usual, no problem. On closer inspection, it's not a fun size wrapper, it's a normal chocolate bar.
Okay.
And then I've seen that it is a full-size Moro bar.
Okay.
Who the gets a full-size Moro bar? When can you tell them? I don't think I've ever seen them.
So
anyway.
wait, so Moro is
it's
like...
a poor man's Mars bar.
It's a Mars bar. It's a Mars bar rip-off by...
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know,
is it
by one of them.
Not Nestle?
Whoever does the favourites, Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Yeah, because Mars
is
does
Nestle,
Mars.
isn't it?
But yeah, whatever.
Okay.
But my question is when have you ever been in a situation where a Moro is available and a Mars bar is not, right? And if in that situation, when have you opted for a Moro over a Mars? I didn't even know a Moro existed until the favourites came out. And along with Turkish Delight, which is an abomination, it is always the last one left.
Yeah, 100%.
Because no one wants a piece of shit Moro.
I'll be honest with you, I'm always real nervous about someone who does choose to have a Turkish Delight.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
are they the sort of person that likes to sort of torture cats and stuff
Exactly.
like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it the disgusting taste that they love about it so much?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Is it how much I judge them for eating it? What they love it? And then probably they're like, that was delicious. Let me follow that up with a Moro.
Yeah.
But at least you're not going out and this person has specifically gone out and bought
A Moro.
a Moro.
Yeah.
A Moro. Well, you know
bizarre.
what? You're a moron.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Okay.
That's bizarre, Matt. I mean, what?
And I honestly, I felt like an eternity that I sat there and looked at this Moro wrapper on the ground.
It's
and I was
mind-boggling.
and I thought, I am living amongst savages.
Yeah.
I've got to get out of here, Chris. I've got to get out of
But,
here.
I mean, like you say, it raises more questions than it does answers, Matt. Like, what convenience store or Woolworths or whatever
I wish
is
I knew.
offering up a full-size Moro bar? Where do you even find those things?
Surely not. Bring
then-
back a timeout. You can't even get a timeout anymore.
Do they still make chomps?
Yeah, they do.
Classic.
They're still good too. But
Chomp.
yeah, they.
Jotting it down. I might get one tomorrow.
I just don't understand the situation that this person was in.
Yeah.
Don't understand. Unless it's come in like a show bag or as part of a promotion somehow. Like, I feel like Cadbury doesn't even put effort into the Moro.
No.
You never see a Moro.
They
around.
literally, someone just said to them, they're like, guys, you need something similar to a Mars bar. You need a Mars bar beater in your favourite. Because people love Mars bars, but we can't put Mars bars in our favourite boxes.
Yeah,
You need
exactly.
something similar. So they've gone, here's a Moro.
Here's
you
a Moro.
moron.
What a stupid
And they're like,
name.
we can't call it Moron. I'm like, Moro,
Yeah.
sorry, whatever you want.
And
Call it
then
whatever you want.
This person, this maniac that I'm living amongst, has had one of those in a favourite spot and gone, this is the bar for me.
Yeah.
This is my bar going forward. Now, I've firmly, planted my flag in cherry ripe territory. That's my bar.
Yeah, it's a classic bar.
It's a classic bar.
But you know what I think about? I've just got a really weird visual of this gentleman having his Moro bar, and I imagine he's sort of got like curtains are actually like bed sheets up around his room. I imagine he's gone up to his room, put his robe on, tucked his wiener between his legs, and put his lippy on.
yeah, exactly.
While he's eating his Moro.
That would be the type of person that eats a Moro bar. Now, I'd like to look. If you love a Moro, I would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Would we though? I don't know if I want to hear from them.
Oh, if nothing, to get the scrawlings of a mad person, please get in touch at twoballdad69 at hotmail.com or twobaldads_pod at Instagram.
Yeah.
Look, tell me what your favorite chocolate bar is, and I'll tell you how wrong you are if it's not a cherry ripe. Chilled is better.
I'm not looking forward to this. Dead carrier pigeon that's going to turn up with a Moro bar, like choking it around, like it's rappers choking it.
And a note written in human feces.
Yeah, literally.
Being like, Moros forever.
Well, Matt, that's some good stuff there.
Thank you. Thanks.
Can I meant to touch on this just quickly before we kick off. But I had some feedback. I had some feedback from my father about last week's episode about our TV dads. And I thought I'd bring it up because there's probably other people out there going, hey, yeah, what about this TV dad or whatever? And my dad said, he goes, I think you've missed the greatest deadbeat dad of all time.
Oh, wow.
On TV. I said, what are you talking about? I mean, we've nailed most of them. I said, Al Bundy. You know, he said, what about that bloke from Game of Thrones that sacrificed his daughter to maybe get a chance to be king?
No, I guess that is good. He is good.
Stannis Baratheon, is that right? I believe. I jotted that down, but I'm like, with a question mark. I'm like,
oh, don't you? You were a big Game of Thrones man.
I love it.
Yeah,
but I'm like, this guy literally sacrificed his adorable 10-year-old child, but not even like a guarantee. It's like, maybe, might help your chances.
No, I mean,
he's like, I'll take it.
I mean, Game of Thrones is littered with some pretty bad dads out there. Chris, I realised there was another one that we didn't touch on either, and I don't want to get back into the topic, but also remind me of Bill Crosby.
Cosby, yeah.
Not Crosby.
Yeah. No.
Thinking of Bing Crosby.
Okay.
But Chris, we are well and truly into this episode, and we do have a topic.
Okay.
Look, might be light on. That's okay. This is a great time
we can
for
just touch it.
Well, this is a question that popped into my head because we were eating dinner, and sometimes my son likes to eat, and sometimes he's a real piece of crap about it. But he was enjoying his meal, and we were having some Mexican, and we have a Peronaise at home. Now that's a peri-peri mayonnaise.
Of course it is, yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yeah.
And as you might think, it's very mild. Very mild, has no spice to it whatsoever. Anyway, he wanted some, and my wife's like, don't give it to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's mild. You can't even taste it. So then I gave him some, and then he cried, and she was like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you can't give him chili, blah, blah, blah. I said, it's a mild Peronaise.
Yeah.
It's mild.
Yeah, and I
thought, have I just abused my son?
Yeah.
And I thought, no, all I've done is teased him. So my question to you, Chris, is, as one of the all-time biggest pests I've ever met in my life, who takes great pleasure in the annoyance of others, is annoying your son, is it child abuse, or is it just a bit of fun, bit of larrikinism?
Bit of banter.
I imagine you've got a story. I sure hope so.
Well, it literally just happened to me tonight, actually. My son was a bit whingy and sooky, and we were about to put him to bed, and then I started wrestling him and got him in a headlock, and he whinged even more so. And then my wife's like, stop annoying him.
But then you put the headlock on a little bit tighter.
But I was like, he's going to tap out in a second. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to just let him go. Yeah. I said, I'm also teaching him life lessons, important life lessons. I find it very entertaining to annoy my child and other people's children, actually. Yeah. I'm really good at doing it to other people's kids as well. Like that funny thing where you're like, but sometimes it backfires on me. You might find this incredibly hard to believe, but I've got a funny story I had. I was so to answer your question, Matt, maybe it is.
Maybe, I guess it depends into what you're like. Oh, my son thinks I'm so annoying. I keep pushing him down the stairs. You're abusing your child.
But are you just pushing him over on the bed?
Yes.
Bit of fun. Classic.
Won't let him get up. You push him down a little bit.
I sometimes do that thing, the wrestling move where you go, when he's facing that way, I go in behind him, put my arm up through, and then pin him,
Chris,
pull him down.
I know.
Oh, what's it called?
It's schoolboy roll up.
A schoolboy, exactly right. Classic stuff. It's classic stuff. But I'm talking about annoying kids. Handsome Scott, who's a regular on the show, he at his wedding many years ago, he's got heaps of nephews. How many has he got? 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
Yeah. Adorable kids.
Seems to be a new one every time.
Every time we go around to see him, he's like, I've got another nephew. And I'm like, of course you do. But at the wedding, I was talking to his brother-in-law, and the kids were there, and they had these adorable little overall suit things on with little bow ties. And I was playing with this one kid, and I was holding the back of his overalls, and he was pretending to run. And then I'd let him go, and he'd fall over. Classic stuff.
Child abuse.
Classic stuff. But then he would come back, and he would sort of want me to do it, and then he would do it again and run. And then I was talking to his father. He was pretending to run. I was holding him, held him a little bit too long. He fell over, went face first into his father's knee.
Oh.
Bit of blood, stuff like that.
A bit of blood. That's definitely child abuse. That's definitely child abuse.
And I'm like, I can't apologise enough for this. Like,
I mean, if that's your own kid, you feel so bad. But if it's someone else's kid, like, what do? You got to shake. You just got to be like, sorry.
Yeah. And
I'll get away from it.
And it wasn't like I could lie about it because it was literally his father that I was talking to.
Did you see the guy that did that?
Yeah,
oh my god!
I was like, Jesus.
You pointed at me.
I was like, geez, your son's clumsy.
Well, yeah, but like I feel like I'm getting to the point now where, like, my son, like at the start of this season, we did a tantrum episode.
Mm-hmm.
I can, on 6 months reflection or however long it's been, I can come back and report and say that hasn't gotten better.
No.
If anything, it's gotten worse.
Ramping it up. Yeah.
100%. He has really been ramping it up. So, but I think he's getting to he's becoming sentient, Chris.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting to the point where he knows he's being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
It's my word of the day.
Okay. I'm just jotting that down to Google it later.
He knows he's being a dick.
Yeah.
Like he will whinge for the sake of whinging because he's not, like, purely for the fact that he is not getting what he wants.
Yeah,
or,
like, they ramp it up.
So I put the TV on. I was a broken man. I put the TV on. The Wiggles were on. But it wasn't the Wiggles song he wanted.
Okay.
So he was whinging about the TV. And I said, if you're going to keep whinging, the TV's going off.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I'm holding all the cards here. I can power. So he kept whinging. So I turned the TV off. He absolutely lost his mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I abusing him?
Yeah.
Is this abuse?
But you see,
and then I felt abused.
Yeah. But you know what? It's our son literally laid on the floor for dinner last night. Laid on the floor because he wanted to sit on my lap and feed me my dinner, which I've let him do because it's adorable, but now it's a habit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we have to stop this. Like, you can't do this. I need to eat my own dinners. I'm an adult. And also, he's terrible at it. Like, he's crap at it. But he wanted to do that. I said, no. I said, you can sit in your seat. Didn't want to sit in his seat. So he just laid on the floor and yelled. Yeah. And I'm talking about, like, yelled. Like, he was sending it. And I'm just sitting there, like, eating my meal. Yeah. Just like...
Do you ignore it?
Yeah.
We're back on the tantrum thing.
I was trying to ignore it, but then I'm like... I know I can stop this immediately by picking him up. But
I don't want to give him what he wants.
Are we encouraging bad behaviours as well? Which is so hard. And this is why, like, you see parents, I suppose, give in a way. Like, you're like, I'll just give them what they want because it's easier.
Because I want him to shut up.
And, like, it's all right for us to let him, like, when we went away for our weekend and stuff like that, when they're kicking off, you run in there and stop them because you're like, oh, my God, stop. Please don't wake up anyone else sort of thing. Yeah. When you're at home by yourself and stuff like that, go nuts.
Yeah,
like
100%.
You can sit in your room and yell all you want. It doesn't bother me. I can block it out pretty easily.
My kid's got this thing now that when he's frustrated, he runs and throws something in the bath. So when you've crossed the line because he just picks something up, runs into the bathroom and just throws something in the bath. I'm like, man, if that's going to calm you down, throw whatever you want into the bath. But I think as because I'm a pretty petty man.
Yeah.
I think my pettiness is getting the better of me. So when he's kicking off, I be a little bit spiteful and try and annoy him and rile him up a little bit. And I think it's just a bit of fun.
It is.
It's a bit of larrikinism.
It's totally fine.
Yeah. And again, I guess it is. I guess it's all relative. To how much you hurt or maim them.
And it's also all relative to how much your wife approves or disapproves of what you're doing because they're a really good barometer on these things.
Look, let me just say, I was made to feel like an absolute criminal because I gave my son a mild Peronaise, which, if anything, enhanced his dinner. Yeah. And he was going to cry anyway. Yeah, exactly. She goes, he was just about, he was eating and now he's stopped eating. And I was like, he hasn't eaten for the last 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, he was just about to stop eating. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Nah. And now you've ruined everything.
Now I've ruined everything with your stupid Peronaise. And I'm like, well, why are you having it on your tacos if you hate it?
Because it's delicious. That's why.
Later on, I tried to get her to apologise to the Peronaise.
Yeah.
She hasn't still.
I like you talk about your kid with the crying just for the sake of crying and stuff like that. And I do it, and my wife looks at me like, don't be childish. Because I respond with his childish behaviour, with more childish
It's the only way I know how to do it.
That's exactly right. And then my wife's like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So like every time he's doing like a fake cry, like
You do it back.
I do it back. Or you know what I do? I bring out the air horn and I go, fake, fake, fake. What, what, what?
That is very mature.
and my missus is like, are you serious? I'm like,
Yeah.
fake, fake, fake. Yeah. I'm like, he's faking it, but he's faking it.
And she's like, yes, but you're over 30 years old. So maybe in this, I'm like, why do I always have to be the bigger person and let this go? She's like, because you're an adult.
Yeah.
He is not yet 2.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, you know
tough,
what?
but
Forget
it's
it.
tough. Yeah, forget it.
I say forget it.
Yeah.
And it's forgotten.
And then I like sometimes when like we have that blow up, then I go, I'm going to my room.
Yeah, exactly. No one's allowed in my room. Hey, this house is a prison. I say stuff like that all the time. And I run.
Yeah.
I run and slam the door.
Yeah. And you're like, don't come in my room.
Yeah, I hate
I'll
you,
put
Mum
a
and
sign
Dad.
up. I'll put a sign up.
I did that once when I was a kid.
You did.
I did.
You strike me as that sort of child.
Oh, yeah. Piss off. It was with good reason. Right?
Yeah, I bet.
They didn't put on the Wiggles
Did
song.
you write no mums and dads?
Yeah, I said no Chris's.
No Chris. One Chris was right. Yeah.
No, but they wouldn't put on the Wiggles song I wanted.
Makes
So I
perfectly
really
sense.
let them have it.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean,
You went in through something in the bar.
Yeah. It was the height of rudeness. But it was just a thought, you know, and I just wanted to know how far I push it. Like if he wants to grab something, I'll pull it away.
Yeah.
And then just a few times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like just letting him know, hey, I'm in charge here.
Yeah.
Hey.
You can't just have everything you want whenever you want, y'all.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Sure, this ice cream is melting over my hand, but this is worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's teaching you a valuable life lesson. It's my ice cream anyway.
Yeah, exactly. No, look, Matt, it's great thought, and I think we've touched on it. I think we've touched it.
Yeah.
And I think we can. I think there's more to this.
There's more to it, and I would like to, if you've pushed your child to the point of abuse, probably don't get in contact.
No, don't. Well, that's probably the same person eating a Moro bar in your unit.
You know, you come home, you've watched a movie on the way home, slipped into the servo, got in a Moro bar, and abused your child. I
imagine, I don't know why, but I imagine they've got one of those jumbo things of like energy drink as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Like a half a litre or like a litre of like energy drink that's like a fluorescent colour, and you're like, oh, you shouldn't drink.
Shouldn't drink that and eat your Moro at the same time. It's not good. But Chris, I would like to hear if you got any particularly good techniques on how to annoy your kid, but not push them too far.
Yeah. Where's the limit? Where's the line?
I would say a mild Peronaise is great.
Yeah.
Shows them who's boss. They respect you because you can handle spice.
Well, they're going to have to start adapting to spice, aren't they?
I mean, you know, I come from an ethnic household.
Of course.
We eat spice.
Yes.
We say spice is the spice of life.
That's it. And then they're like, would you like any spice with that? And you're like, spice up my life.
Exactly. It's exactly what we say, Chris, and I think
it's a classic Macedonian saying.
It's a classic, yes, it is. I think that's a good place to leave it.
But if you have any input, I think how would people get in touch with us, Matt, to let us know?
I've already said it. I'm not going to repeat it.
Did you say it? Did I miss it? Oh, sorry.
Were you not listening?
I wasn't listening.
Well, for the others that weren't listening out there, please get in touch with us at twoballdad69@hotmail.com. We really look forward to getting an email from someone sometime soon.
We love the emails.
Or please get in touch with us at twoballddads_pod at instagram.edu.au. Chris.
Nice one. Matt, without further ado,
I believe you are up this week for the dad joke, and for the people viewing us live on our OnlyFans and on YouTube, you'll notice Chris is doing one of our famous dad joke furls.
I don't like it though, Matt.
He's not into it. He's not into it. The idea of this is that you pick one at random,
and then you just say it. Well, you know what, Matt? They're all pretty good.
Kind of wish you did this before we were live.
All right, here we go. Stand by for a bitter, salty taste in your mouth.
Okay, all right.
Why is tennis such a loud game?
I don't know, Chris. Why is
because
tennis?
Each player
my God.
raises a racket.
I mean,
I should have filtered these out.
no. I mean, that was the desired effect, you know.
They are
I mean,
pretty awful stuff.
take that to Roland Garros and smoke it.
No, guys, really enjoyed our time here today, Matt. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
I was trying to say we look forward to hearing from you. If you've got any feedback for us,
we do look forward from hearing from you. So please get in touch.
Yeah, touch us, guys. We'd love to be touched by you.
Touch us on the pipeline.
But guys, that's our show today. That's all the time we have. We're gonna have to wrap it up there. But don't worry, don't shed a tear, because we'll be back next week, bigger and better.
Yeah.
Maybe not better, probably just about the same, and probably a similar size too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll be back next week. So, guys, we're the Two Bald Dads. I'm Chris.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll see you through the week or through the window.
Flew.